Hello and welcome back to another one of my FPL videos. I of course am the FPL Train, and in this video I'm going to be revealing my team selection ahead of game week 5. Now I've got 2 free transfers for this game week. I've not made them yet. I've got a few ideas of what I want to do. One of them I've had to change because of a price rise, but I'm going to show you 2 options and what I'm thinking about doing ahead of this game week. But there's also the fact that I could easily just roll those 2 transfers and have a third for game week 6. But anyways, before we go into that, let's look back at game week 4 and see how I got on. So, you can see at the start off, the goalkeepers and my defenders then. So, Martinez had an absolute stinker of a game week. Stinker. I was adamant he was going to get a clean sheet going into this game week. Everton, yeah, no problem whatsoever. What happens? He concedes 2 goals and gets a yellow card. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. So, I got nothing from him. Anthony Robinson, my man. I thought, at least 1 clean sheet has been locked in. What happens? 95th minute, Danny Ings goes and scores a goal, and there goes, bang, 4 points gone. Gone from a 6-pointer to a 2-pointer. Could not believe that. Then you got Virgil van Dijk. I mean, they hadn't conceded a goal all season, and then they're going to lose 1-0 to Forest. So that was another banker, I thought, gone straight away. So there's another one gone, and then finally there, Pedro Porro. I mean, look, I wasn't expecting anything, to be honest. It was against Arsenal. I thought Arsenal would win, to be fair. But you never know. I thought this might have got a goal and he could have got an assist. Didn't happen. And he also got a 2-pointer. Then my only bench player, I've got Mikalenko. He went off because he was ill. So, was pretty awful at the back. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of expecting a bit. Well, I thought Martinez and Van Dijk were going to get clean sheets. But yeah, to get literally just 6 points from those 4 players was pretty shocking, to be fair. So my midfielders then, I mean, where shall we go here? Shall we go back to last week? Because it feels like last week all over again. So I went Cole Palmer, captain again. Yes, I decided not to learn from my mistakes from game week 3. And I decided to keep Palmer as captain. Originally I was going to go straight away, change to Haaland. Then you hear any stuff that Haaland might not play. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to gamble. Because you know what, Chelsea might have a slightly better fixture. Well, that clearly weren't the case because Erling Haaland bagged 2 goals and Cole Palmer did bugger all for me. So I got 6 points overall there. I could have had an extra 13 points. Instead, I got an extra 3 points by captaining Palmer. Honestly, 5 goals in 2 game weeks I've missed out on. So yeah, that's a real stinker. So that weren't great, was it? And then Gibbs White. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't expecting him to do amazing at all, to be honest. It was Liverpool. I thought, he'd probably come away with 1 point. So to get 3 was a bit of a bonus, to be fair. But Diego Jota is completely opposite. So I thought this is how it would end up, 3 and 1 the other way around. But that wasn't the case. I mean, the Jota one's just annoying. So he gets subbed off at 59 minutes. If he walked off the pitch like Diaz, he would have got my 3 points. Instead, he ran off. And he gave me a 1 point. So what an absolute stinker that is. And he's an headache now because Champions League football started. And I don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to get dropped now in the Prem? I mean, he started in the Champions League game. He did get subbed off there, which is, I guess, is a bonus. But, geez, he's going to be an headache and a half, isn't he? At least my last 2 midfielders did alright, though, eh? So Saka got, obviously, another assist. He's got an assist every game this season. So 7 points from him. Wasn't about that. Especially against Arsenal, tough team. And then Smith Rowe, loving it. Another assist from him. 7 points from him. Great performance from him yet again. The fact that he's 5.7 million now. What a bargain he's been. So, yeah, happy with those 2. It's just, yeah. I can't believe I captained Palmer. So after the disaster of my defence and the disaster, well, not such a great midfielder performance. At least my 2 strikers at play, because Cannon's not in the league anymore, actually scored. So Wizard, I mean, the guy actually got subbed off before half time with an injury. Scored a goal straight away against City and still came away with 2 points, 2 bonus points. So he got 7 points for me. So I'm really happy with that, especially because I took Isak out and he got subbed off at half time and he didn't get a goal. And Erling Haaland obviously got the 2 goals, which meant he got 13 points because, of course, he got some more bonus points on top of that. So, yeah, that could have been a 26 pointer, but it wasn't. So that obviously, of course, means I ended up on just 50 points. The average was 51. I got 50 points. And yes, believe it or not, I came away with another red arrow, which means I'm now 2.1 or just over 2.1 million in my rank. Not a great start to the season. I hate captain. Honestly, I wish captain were a thing, but yeah, it weren't great. Hopefully game week 5 is much better. So with my game week 5 team, this is how my team is currently set up then. So I've got Martinez in goal, Robinson, Van Dijk and Pedro Porro as my back 3. So it's currently the same back 3. Mikolenko's on the bench. He does have Leicester away, but he's currently flagged up because he's got an illness. So he probably won't play. I don't think he'll keep a clean sheet anyway, because the way Everton are playing, no chance. And obviously the midfielders, Smith Rowe's got Newcastle at home. Saka's got City away. That's going to be a difficult one. Jota's at home to Bournemouth. Fingers crossed he starts there. Gibbs White's then got Brighton at home. Tough game there. Palmer has got West Ham away. That, to be fair, is going to be a tough game, I reckon. Not confident about that one. And my strikers currently is Wizzo's got Spurs away and Erling Haaland, who's got Arsenal at home. So that is how my team is currently. Now I've got 2 free transfers, like I've said, so I'm going to show you 2 options and what I'm thinking about doing. But the clear issues I've got currently right now is that Barco and Cannon are not in the league. So I've got one person on my bench, and that person is currently flagged up with an illness. He didn't play in the midweek Carabao Cup game, so that's something to look at as well. And then looking at my start and lineup currently how it is, Robinson's not got a great fixture, I think, against Newcastle, really. Gibbs White's going to struggle, I reckon, at Brighton. Jota, I mean, is he going to play? Fingers crossed he does. Saka's got Man City. Haaland's got Arsenal. That I don't see much in. And then, of course, Wizard's going to be out. I don't know how long he's going to be out for. So, he's somebody that realistically I need to get rid of pretty much ASAP currently right now. Because I've got to make a transfer, put it that way. Because I'm not sure about Mikolenko. And I need more than one striker, really. So, let's look at my first option then. So, this is my first option then. So, to make both transfers, of course. And what will be the first one would be taking out Barco and bringing in Davis of Ipswich. So, taking out Barco, putting Davis in means I get 2 bench options then. Because Mikolenko is ill, but he'll be back as soon as he'll be starting for Everton. Even though they're still terrible. But that gives me then Mikolenko and then Robinson on the bench. Because then I would start Davis because he's away from home. And yes, he plays for Ipswich. But Southampton is probably the best chance you get of keeping a clean sheet realistically. I'm not expecting a clean sheet, to be fair. If anything, I'm hoping he would get an attacking return if I had him. But yeah, I like Davis. I've seen him a couple of games this season. He looks pretty good. Solid for Ipswich. Going to start, no doubt about that. So, and he was pretty good in Championship last season, of course, because he went up. But yeah, that's my first transfer. And the second would be to take out Wizard, because obviously he's injured. And that would be to bring in Jamie Vardy. Now, Jamie Vardy was a minutes worry, and he is a minutes worry. He's played pretty much 90 minutes, I think he did, against Crystal Palace. And the game before that, he played 90, which is great. But they have brought in Edouard of Crystal Palace on loan, so that is playing on my mind a little bit, so he could come off early. But I've got to look at his fixtures. He scored 2 goals already. He's Premier League proven as well. It doesn't matter about his age. He looks pretty fresh to me to play. And obviously he's got Everton coming up in game week 5. I mean, Arsenal was going to be obviously really difficult in game week 6. But Vardy's always known for scoring against the top 6 teams, and then after that he's got a good little run with Bournemouth, Southampton, Forest and Ipswich, so that is pretty decent to be fair. So that is my first option. I do like obviously the fixtures for game week 5. Game week 6 of Vardy isn't great, but you know, like I've said, he does score against the bigger teams. Now my second option, now I've had to change this one because originally it was actually different. What I was going to do is I was going to take out Cannon and Wizard and bring in Calvert-Lewin and Vardy. But because Vardy went up in price this week, which is annoying, I didn't realise he was going up, I forgot to check. That meant I could not afford it, so I've had to change this one up. And so I've looked at it and looked, and the only other team that's got really good fixtures at the minute is Nottingham Forest. Now I could obviously go Chris Wood, take out Wizard and bring in Chris Wood, that is an option. Or what I could do is take out obviously Barco again, put in Aina, who's had a cracking start to the season. He's racked up 5 bonus points already this season, so that is something to be interested with. And the fact as well, Forest's run isn't too bad. They've got Brighton, which is yes tough, Fulham decent, Chelsea's tough, but then Palace, Leicester, West Ham, pretty decent running to be fair. So he'll be starting quite a few games. So I do like this transfer. The fact that he's away from home though, against Brighton aren't exactly going to be easy. Brighton in fact are the better team, so I'm slightly worried about that. But that is my only other defensive option. It's either him or Davis. There's not a lot really I fancy out there. I could get Konate of Liverpool, but do I really want to double up on my Liverpool defence? I'm not so sure if I'm being honest. But yeah, that's that option. And my other option is bringing Calvert-Lewin up front. But honestly, the fact that he's currently flagged up with an illness is putting me off already, even though his fixtures are really good now. So we've got Leicester, Palace, Newcastle, which is tough, Ipswich, Fulham, Southampton, West Ham and Brentford. So they do go on a mega good run, but I'm already flagged up with the fact that he's flagged up with an illness, because Calvert-Lewin's the kind of guy who's got a cold and he'll be out for 2 or 3 weeks. So that is my second option. But if I'm being honest, I much prefer the first one to the second one. But I really did wish I was hoping I was going to bring Calvert-Lewin and Jamie Vardy in. But if I'm going to have to choose, I'm favouriting at the minute the first option. So yeah, that is it then for this video. So those are my 2 options, what I'm thinking about doing ahead of Game Week 5. Let me know what you think I should do with my team for Game Week 5. Should I do option 1, option 2, or something completely different? And let me know what you guys are thinking about doing ahead of Game Week 5. Please as well, before you leave, don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.